This is Jerry Stackhouse, and you're listening to the 3-Point Conversion.
There. Thank you. Coach, first for you, last week you talked to us a little bit about being able to set the pace and things of that nature. It seemed like there were times where the team was really able to do that. Or were there areas in the game where, you would have liked to see just a little bit more refinement in certain areas to be able to get this dub?
Well, we just talked about how important it is to have an incredible start, but we were looking at our third quarter, and that was Achilles heel. That third quarter was tough for us. Scoring only 8 points against a team like this is pretty tough. We put ourselves in a hole, but one thing I like about this team is a resilient group. They're going to continue to fight to the very end and make it exciting, but we don't want to put ourselves in a hole. We're playing against elite basketball players, so we don't want to put ourselves in that hole where we have to expend such energy to try to come back.
Thank you. And Ariya, for you, I'm curious just to ask you a little bit about the post game in this type of format. What are the areas that you think work to your strengths? What are some of the things that you want to continue to work on here while you're at Unrivaled?
I'll start with what I need to work on. I think I had a few shots around the rim, just shot them a little short. So just continue to work on my consistency around there. But I think when it comes to thinking of post work, I mean, it's going to be pretty hard to just get down on the block and post up. And so it's working off ball screens, finishing off the roll, being able to attack from the mid post. I think I did a couple of those tonight. So just continue to do that every time I get the opportunity, just puts a little bit more pressure on them.
Actually, I want to follow up a little on that as well. When it comes to feeding in the post, especially on a breakaway opportunity, has the length of the court been something also that you've had to adjust to a little bit with respect to that?
I mean, not really. I think once you get out here on day one and you see what you're working with, I mean, you just understand how to adjust, and it's basketball. So just making sure I'm running, just trying to make sure I get good seals so I can get good position.
Go to Alanis.
Coach, wanted to ask you about Ray. It seems like she really made her mark early when she came into the game. She brought an intensity. I know later I think it was the third, she kind of was upset about a no call and kind of had to tell her to get back on defense. But I think that showed the passion that she brought. What have you seen from her? What has she brought?
She's been playing extremely well for us. She brings the energy every time she steps on the floor. Not only that, she can score the basketball, pass the basketball, and she can defend. She does a lot of things for us that we really like. When she steps on the floor, she brings a total different dynamic to the floor. Just that energy alone, but the passion that she shows is because she cares. It's just because she truly cares about playing the game of basketball.
And question for Ariya, how did Arike's facilitating kind of help you get going early on?
I mean, when you look at Arike and you play with Arike or you're guarding Arike, the attention is on her. Her ability to score the ball, her ability to get downhill. And I think tonight just hitting me on the pick and roll was really great because everyone's going to jump out at her. Everyone's going to try and put pressure on her, get the ball out of her hands. And I think she just continues to make the right read. And so it's super fun playing with a player like her.
Other questions?
For Coach, just wondering, obviously you've coached in so many different environments. What has this experience been like a couple weeks in? Has it been substantially different from other coaching experiences, both the environment of, being in this facility and working with new players, but also just the fact that it's full court 3-on-3, and obviously that's new for everybody?
It's fun. It's a lot of joy to be with this group that I have an opportunity to be with. This is a lot of joy for me. It's refreshing. And I say this to them all the time. I enjoy coming into the locker room and just seeing their faces. You can tell that they come every day, come to work. They put their hard hat on and they come to work, very professional at what they do. So I'm having an incredible time just being a part of them, not only as basketball players, but as people. That's important to me, to gain that type of relationship with them, to know their why, to push them to their why. So it's been a joy. It's basketball, 3-on-3, it's still basketball. Everyone talks about it, but remember, I always say this, the game is broken down in threes when you're teaching it. So that's what we're doing here, is really teaching the game and understanding the game. And I think for the most part today, Aaliyah Boston, like she always says, went out there and she really put her best foot forward tonight.
Thanks. Saf.
Hi, Saf, USA Today. The Lunar Owls coach said that when they started their their training, they just started playing games 3-on-3 and then kind of looked at the film and decided where to kind of go after that. I just wanted to ask what was your process in trying to, figure out this game and how you guys started?
No, it's
Was it kind of the same?
it wasn't so much trying to figure out the game. We know the game and they know the game. They know how to play off of one another. And that's what we were doing. And that's what we're really good at, is playing off of one another. And it's not so much about running sets. It's not about that. It's about playing off of one another, playing to each other's strengths. And when we do that, we're a pretty good basketball team, especially playing with the pace and spacing that's so necessary in this game, because you want a team to have to defend all that real estate, especially with the talent that we have. But it wasn't trying to figure it out. I knew each player. I knew exactly what they could do. They know one another. They played against each other. And it's about how do you put it together and play off and react off each other.
Any other questions?